with no long lines unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Madsen's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Hi, I'm Jake from Lexington.
I'm Ellen from Ogallala.
My name's Ray from Sydney.
Hello, I'm Jenny from McCook.
Ryan from Lincoln here.
And I'm Steve from Omaha.
And we've all got one thing in common.
We all love trucks.
Which means we all want to win one of the 8 gray 2025 Ford F-150 XLT trucks in Trucks and Bucks from the Nebraska Lottery.
So I guess that means we have 2 things in common.
Well, I love playing Trucks and Bucks.
3 things in common.
And we're all from Nebraska.
Sounds like 4.
And I think the gray color of the trucks this year is beautiful.
5 things.
Guys, I just want to go to a Nebraska Lottery retailer, buy some tickets, and start playing today.
There's 6.
I like turnips.
I guess we stop at 6.
Trucks and Bucks, your Nebraska Lottery's most popular scratch ticket is back. Top prize odds are 1 in 336,000. Ford F-150 is a registered trademark owned and licensed by Ford Motor Company.
Love is in the air, and so are big savings. It's the Big I Do event at Sartor Heyman Jewelers, South Point Pavilions, April 4th through the 6th. For 3 days only, enjoy 20% off all engagement rings and wedding bands, plus exclusive bridal collections from our top designers. Whether you're saying yes or I do, shop now for the year's best prices and selection. April 4th through 6th, Sartor Heyman Jewelers, South Point Pavilions.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, 4-time All-American at Nebraska and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green!
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and March Madness is here, and Koppel is ready to rock and roll. We just closed the books on a tremendous February, and we're locked and loaded for a big March. True 0% APR is happening right now at Koppel on select new models. Plus, Koppel has over $10,500 off list on other select new models. Our pre-owned truck lot is full of late model low gyms as well. So make that short drive down 144th Street or check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with a roof credit, 0% is standalone.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's Sandhills, allofiber.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
When your home fills up with family, AlloFiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. AlloFiber experts install it all, and full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters, and the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Allo at 866-481-2556 or visit allofiber.com.
Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0. And bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There we go, folks. It is Monday. Happy Monday to you. We are in the house. We got Jackson holding down on the ones and twos. We got Raff in Huntsville, Alabama. We got AGZ there in Houston. No, not in Houston. Now I'm looking at the monitor. Not in Houston.
There you go.
I like the different setup on the screens. When do we change that? Like, from our perspective, Jackson?
It's set to whatever it is.
Yeah, and StreamYard.
If you guys like that, we can keep it there.
It's a different view from you guys' view to ours.
We can go
because before it was different where it had different monitors, but when you guys, I'll take a picture and send it to both of you guys. Different screens, so it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool.
I'll switch it once it updates.
Oh no, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
There you go.
Fellas, Rafferty, what's it looking like? You guys got some storms that came through your area, or is that tonight, Raff?
Nope, that was last night. We're in a tornado warning from 11 till 5 a.m. This morning, it's been lightning and thundering and raining. And I think my grandpa's probably pulling his potato wagon up in heaven and dropping all the potatoes because of all the thunder.
Potatoes.
That's an old school remark right there. I like it.
I just saw some breaking news. Stanford hired interim head coach for the upcoming season, Frank Reich, to take over the reins there for the upcoming season. So it'll be interesting to see if that becomes a permanent position for him or Commander Luck is leading the charge. He's back to Twitter again when he acts like he's the old soldier from back in the 1880s or whatever, 1800s.
You know, Jackson was just talking about that because Jackson, you saw that as well, didn't you?
Yeah, he's coming in from Carolina, obviously. It's interesting to see. I don't think I've ever seen a college football team hire a guy who they know is only going to be there for one season.
Yeah, you know what? It makes you wonder, as we get into it, real quick, AG, are you in Wisconsin right now?
No, I'm in Vegas.
Vegas, nice.
Yeah.
Are you going to have a chance to check out the game tonight, or no plans to check that out?
In the text I saw the men. Was it the men or the women are playing?
The men are out.
Maybe a chance. UNLV's not far from the Strip, so if I have an open afternoon, I know I have something at 3:00 current time here, from 3 to 5 or 3 to 6 or something like that. And then if they're playing or if they're still, I say if they're still playing at that time, I might take a jaunt over there.
It'd be 5:30 your time out there, 7:30 here. So
I might have a chance to catch that game then, because what I have to do starts at 3 and maybe I'm done at 5. So I have opportunity to make it. That'd be nice. Catch a game in person.
Got our very own Austin Orman that is there. I'm going to try to touch base with him and see if he can jump on at 10:30 real quick, if he's available. And Austin's an early riser because I couldn't see him sleeping at 8, because it'd be 10:30, obviously, our time, 8:30 his time there. So I'm going to try to see if he can tap in and see, let us know what the environment is like. AG, I noticed though when I was laughing this weekend, I seen the weather up in Wisconsin. Remember you were talking about, it gets crazy. Yeah, they got that ice that was knocking out things up there, man.
Yeah, and this is the time of year where you get crazy weather because obviously you got the warm weather from where we're at down south intermixing, and that's obviously why Raff is having what he's having. I think here in Vegas right now overnight, and even right before I woke up, it was high winds. I could hear the winds hitting the windows here in the hotel I'm staying in. So I'm like, yeah, it's that time of year because of that cold air, warm air mixture. That's where you got Mother Nature she's gonna cut up.
I've never felt the wind in Las Vegas because I'm always on the lower floors. I never get to stay up in the high VIP suites.
There you go. I was just talking about the weather, and somehow you turned that into something like what you just said. I'll just keep it as that.
Yo, all weekend, man. I think I watched that video that I posted when Rav said Red Bull vodka, cigars and Red Bull vodka. We were talking about exercises. I was in the gym just laughing. I'm like, man, that dude came, like you said, off the top rope and just busted the whole conversation up, man. What a jackhammer.
Well, AG was talking about his program that he follows, and I just wanted to let him know the program I follow. That's why he's got the 24-inch biceps, and I got the 12-inch biceps.
Oh, my goodness. That's hilarious.
Hey, going back real quick, man, I think, Jackson, with Wright going to Stanford, Raff, AG, and Jackson, I want you to start off first, man. If you're a recruit, I mean, what does that do to recruiting if you know this guy's only there for a year?
How do you buy into what their culture is selling?
How
do you buy into that? He's going to leave after 1 year. You don't know what the future looks like after the first year. If you want to say that you went to one of the best schools in the country in Stanford for a year and enter the transfer portal, go. Have fun. You're probably not going to win a lot of games.
No.
And who knows what the future holds for Stanford, but it doesn't make sense. You should go after, how do you fire your head coach going into spring ball and bringing a guy that only going to be there for one season? Makes no sense.
I don't get AG. If you're the AD, AG, what would, and like I said, if we're just talking hypothetically here, because I have no idea, what do you think his line of thinking was by bringing a guy for only 1 year?
I mean, be honest, I don't know. For this part of the year, like if it was regular season where the season started off bad and they were like non-bowl eligible because of the way the season went, and it was like November,
right?
Okay, then it makes sense. But this is obviously a new. I think this has maybe happened before, but not of my knowledge. So this is kind of like, this is something new, right? You seeing new things every day. So how to react? I said this is not, and Jackson already said it, not a good look for recruiting. So recruits come in, they're looking at the buy-in, trying to get bought into the coaching staff, to the playbook, to the team, the new players, the school itself. And to know that, okay, they just hired an NFL coach, NFL former player that played, that had some success. He had moderate success at some places. 1 year head coach at Carolina, fired. And now he's only in 1 year as an interim. So if I'm a parent of a kid that's getting recruited by Stanford, I'm like, hey, well, you're going there for education right now. Because right now the football program, is indecisive, because putting that out there that he's only an interim. Hopefully, like I would have said, like if I'm in AD or if I'm Andrew, I would like, hey, let's put this in the press, or the press information. Hey, it's an interim and we're looking at negotiating with him long term. Like said something like that, because then that does set the stage for, say, recruits, okay, then it's an opportunity for him to basically start the season, you win, then we're going to negotiate another deal. So then there is something. I mean, it's barely like this a hangnail of information to give them to stick into thinking of staying on as a I say continual year recruit, instead of just saying, no, he's just a first year interim coach to take over. Is not much solid ground to stand on in that statement right there to recruits.
Raff, you guys and Jackson and AG, and to the listeners, the spring window in April remains. I'm just looking this up and wanted to be sure. The portal will open 10 days, lasting from April 16th until April 25th. And it always opens for 30 days whenever a head coach leaves their program. So you figure I wonder how many guys left Stanford after the coach was fired. I wondered after spring ball, you figure tomorrow's the first. So I wonder in about 17 days what Stanford's roster is going to look like after the 25th is when it closes again for football. Raff, you're sitting as a coach in this situation. I mean, there's already probably been guys that have been gone. I haven't looked it up, so I have no idea if anybody left or not, Jackson. If you can look that up for me.
There's been a few. Their best, probably their most talented player going into the season, David Bailey, who's an edge rusher, entered the portal pretty fast after they fired their head coach. And he instantly became like a top 10 player in the transfer portal over the entire thing. And definitely one of the top available, if not the top available edge rusher in the portal right now.
So there's one we know so far. They're top. Go ahead, Raffy.
Oh, yeah. So I think I know what's taken place a little bit. Their athletic director just stepped down 3 days ago. So I'm guessing the reason why they put the interim tag on Frank Reich is because when they named the new athletic director, I know that, Andrew Luck has a lot of power as the general manager, hence why, he fired the coach. But I'm assuming that they're going to want to get a new athletic director in place and then make sure that athletic director would approve maybe of Frank Reich remaining as the head coach, but I'm thinking that Stanford does not want to put him as the permanent head coach because you know how sometimes you can hire an athletic director that might not support the head coach. I don't know, Steve Peterson, Frank Solich, something like that. I don't know, but so I'm assuming that they just want to make sure that everybody's all thinking together. So I think that's why they put the interim tag on him.
I don't want to assume that then the next person comes in wants to keep Frank on. So I get that, right? That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
My question with that is, why not get a guy that's on the staff? Why not just promote one of your coaching staff guys up to head coach, someone that already is familiar with the system and the culture and everything at Stanford, who's been there? Why go get an outside guy who's coming off of a not so good NFL tenure? It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense at all.
Then I'm not, up to date. I'm not sure when Luck dismissed the head coach, if he dismissed the entire staff, if he cleared the entire house out, or if there are any of those old staff members there. They might have maybe they kept one or two like usually they do, but I'm just not sure. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting year for Stanford football. And I mean, it's definitely one of those things that set a program back, 1, 2, 3 years just on the recruiting end of it alone.
Yeah.
You look at that interim, you look at the kids there, and you are definitely, it's a hard sell. And the worst thing you could do is try to insult their intelligence. Right. Like, giving some win one for the Gipper, win one for the season type talk. And just be honest with those guys because they're not dumb. And a lot of those upper tier players have agents of their own. And they're going to be hitting out of there like, the roaches when the lights come on. They're going to be scattering. So if you're the interim guy, you almost have to go in and say, fellas, look, I know this is a crazy situation for all of us. And just be upfront, be honest with them, be transparent. Because you look at this time last year, more than 2,800 players actually hit the transfer portal last year, 2,707 transfers. Guys, that's roughly 25% of all scholarship players hit free agency last year. 25% last year hit the portal. So like I said, in this situation with Stanford, like you said, and Raff, I tell you what, they're going to have to move quickly on the AD as well, which I'm sure they are. They're moving fast on that position because it's just, I mean, if you're a player there, well, think about this, you guys. Think about if you just finished your freshman year, or if you'd already signed with that coach. I don't know. I don't know what they do in that situation other than just to move. Get you guys' thoughts on it, man. You just have to move swiftly on this thing, man.
Yeah, you do. And like you mentioned, we've kind of talked about it already, but like I said, the stability among players, between recruits coming in or getting talked to now, potentially coming in, but then, like you mentioned, freshmen or sophomores that have been there for a couple of years now, and then you have this big transitional change where you got to really, obviously look at other schools potentially, and then really see if you could talk to, if I was a player, if I could talk to Andrew, or if I could talk to any coach, just to try to get some type of, I say support of understanding what is security here for us as players right now, in terms of the coaching staff, because Frank Wright obviously is going to, once he gets there, even with bringing in his own coaches, that's a kind of up in the air too, because he's not really going to be there full time. Maybe, I mean, obviously for the first year, bring in a few guys, get them acclimated, but then obviously there is going to potentially be a transfer or a change again, after a year or two, if it stays like this. So it's just, you just gotta, like I said, it's going to be, for them, it's going to be interesting and walking. They got to walk very lightly, just because, like I said, no solid ground to be really walk on to make any huge statements of what we're going to, how they're going to pursue a season and win the conference and the ACC, stuff like that, or be competitive in the conference for, to be competitive in the ACC. It's going to be, ACC is going to be very interesting.
Well, also too, it'll be interesting to see what happens with Andrew Luck, because if you're a brand new athletic director, the prior athletic director basically gave all the football operations over to Andrew to make the decisions. But usually at major universities, the athletic director and the connection to football is pretty strong. So if they get a new athletic director, does that mean Andrew Luck, will that new athletic director be like, okay, well, you still have control of football? Or is that director going to be like, okay, hold up a little bit, Andrew, you're going to be the general manager, but I am the one that makes the calls on firing coaches and hiring coaches? Or does Andrew Luck apply to be the athletic director of the entire university, which with his, I think he has that ability to where if he applied, I think that'd probably be his job for the taking.
Jackson, I look at your situation. You being a sophomore this year?
Yeah.
Sophomore this year. And you're obviously by far, by many, many moons, the closest to being in college at that age. You put yourself in that situation. You're going in your sophomore, you're in your sophomore year at the university. This time of the year, you're working out your training, your coach gets fired, you see all this chaos. And I guess it depends on if you were there because of Stanford for the academic aspects of it. You're like, hey, football take care of itself, or you're there football first. In your mind, at your age, what would you do if you were in that situation?
I'll look at it as if, I'm playing for like Nebraska. So I'm passionate about everything, the city, the school, everything. I'd want to give them the benefit of the doubt and not just enter the portal instantly. But if I'm a player, I'm going to whoever Frank Reich, who probably wouldn't even know the answer to this question, but probably Andrew Luck, I guess at the current moment is making these decisions. What's the vision? What's the vision for this season? How do you expect to be competitive this year? What do you see after that? Like, what's the vision for the next, because I'm a sophomore, if I have 2 more years of eligibility, what's the vision? What is the vision for Stanford football? That would be my number one question. And I don't even think that they can answer that question right now. I think it's too early on for them to answer that after just hiring an interim head coach for 1 season. So,
yeah. Cubsker, I like what you say here. It says, would you sell that he's been to the NFL and take a bunch of 1-year rentals from the portal with a mindset of, hey, I've been to the level, I know what it looks like? I like what Cubsker said there.
That's a good take.
Yeah, that's a good take.
You also got to remember with Stanford, getting into Stanford is a little bit harder than your normal universities too.
Absolutely.
More than just when you're at rentals.
You know what, Fat Raff, what you mentioned, and I love what Cubster says, but to your point, you look at a school like a Stanford, a Northwestern, a Notre Dame, I can go on, but your schools that are tougher to get into, a Vandy, I'm not saying Vandy's in the situation, but those schools are tough to get in from an academic standpoint. So he's going to have to be even more selective because some of those guys he may want, Raff, to your point, may not qualify to get into that school.
Yep.
And maybe would there maybe be a waiver? But I couldn't see Stanford in their proud tradition of academics. I don't see them lowering their standards for 1 year just to get guys to the football, because then all of a sudden, if you're the powers that be, you've compromised what your university is about and the high standards that it's held for so many years. So, yeah, but for football, we're going to allow this. So that's like most of the supervisors like, wait a minute, what is this about? I can't get in, but you let this guy in because of the situation. So I think they muddy the waters when they do that. So to your point, I think Reich will definitely be, although I love the plan, Cubsker, to wrap to your point, he's got a little more hurdles to jump to get anybody out of the transfer, no matter how talented they are, if they don't qualify academically.
Yep.
Folks, on a sad note, as we all know, this has nothing to do with here per se. Let's say I have family members, etc. But it's humanity, so it does have everything to do with us. I mean, our thoughts and prayers go to the families out in Thailand. There's that, they call it the golden hour, where they have 72 hours. After that initial, and I think it was 7.7 on the earthquake magnitude.
Oh yeah, the earthquake in Thailand or Taipei.
Yeah.
Is it Thailand or Taipei?
In Thailand. Yes.
Thailand. Okay.
It was, it looked like something out of a movie or something AI generated. It looks so bad.
I saw a video of a building just
dropped,
turning into dust.
Dropped.
I can't even imagine what they're going through.
Yeah, it is. That's a tough thing they're going through right there. Unknown text, yeah, very big. But you can pull it up on when you get a chance on the break. Pull it up. Unknown text for 7601. Good morning to you. Says, can a player elect to redshirt on their own for this year? I would say, if you're speaking of Stanford, I would assume that they probably have a lot more liberty as far as players go of what they're going to do, being in the situation they're in. And even at most schools, that player, to my understanding, unless that's changed, has the final say-so if they're going to. I mean, like I said, if they're saying, hey, you're going to redshirt, the player can't say, hey, I don't want a redshirt. Well, if that's the case, they're probably going to leave. But I say if a coaching staff wants a player to play and he or she opts to redshirt, I think that final decision still comes down to them. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, fellas.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that goes, but I'm assuming that they have.
Hey, hold on one second.
Decision.
Go ahead, Raff.
I just was saying, I'm assuming that the student always has the decision, but then I guess the university could also say, well, we don't want you here no more, too, in today's new age of college football.
Hey, Coach Bush, I want to get Coach Bush's because Coach Bush might know this a lot better than I do. Coach, if a player doesn't, let's say you as a coach, Coach Bush, you wanted a player to play, but he wanted to redshirt that year. Is that final decision still his decision to make ultimately, even if you want him to play?
Yeah.
What you try to do is educate him the best you could to be like, this is how we would like to see it. This is what I feel would be the best for the team and still be beneficial to you. If the player is just, I don't want to use the word defiant, but it was just like, I just don't want to do that. I would probably move on fairly quickly from it because you're probably not going to get the best out of them. But in the end, the final decision really comes down to the university and the football team because they're the ones that are, there's no guarantee when you offer them to someone a scholarship,
especially in this day and age.
That you get to play when you want to play. Sometimes it's going to be more like, hey, if we're, especially now, especially which I think probably
105
would change with 105, also would change with you're getting paid. So if you're getting paid and all of a sudden like, yeah, I don't want to do that. It's like, hang on a second.
You got a contract
Hang on a second.
here.
There's a contract here. So it would be, that probably is something that needs to be almost negotiated in the future of like the option is on the coaching staff. If you're ready to go and play and do this, you have the option to it. But if you went backwards in time with myself, it's like, hey, we really need you to play. The team needs you for this type of thing. And then sometimes what I would talk to them about, or as a staff, you would talk to them about, you'd say, listen, if we play 6 games, 8 games this year at that, there's always an opportunity for you to redshirt down the road because you don't have to redshirt your freshman year. So he could play a year and then redshirt. And so there's always a way to get that redshirt year back if you wanted to be able to do that. But I think it's a different game now with that if you're under contract,
right?
And someone says like that, listen, the team needs you right now. There's a reason why, and lay it out. The thing you want to do is like what happened with freshman year. I'm at Utah. Alex Smith was on the cusp of being the starter, not being the starter. Doesn't play him at San Diego State in a game that was already over. We were going to lose. Play him in the game. He plays one game with theory that he was going to move on at that time to be the starter, and then wasn't. So he basically played, and at that point in time, there wasn't the 4-game rule. So he lost his year.
Wow.
And so he lost his year. And then he started 2 years and went to the NFL.
Yeah, he's done pretty well.
But that was very difficult on him and his family.
Yeah.
They were very, upset and kind of rightfully so, because he only played like maybe 12 snaps.
Right.
That's all he played.
And the whole year gone.
So if you could lay it out for him, it's always education is a great plan. If you can lay it out for him and it says, listen, here's where we're at. Here's going to be your rotation. Here's we can use you. Immediately, special teams you're going to get reps on because you're going to be traveling and this type of look to have to be able to do. But there's a lot of layers to it. But when I had someone that was just like, Coach, I don't want to do that. I had a hard time trying to get him in the game. Of being confident when I put him in the game, of someone that didn't want to be in there. Now it's so much easier too with 4 games that you can play, and that's why the big push also, there's a fairly big push right now, is to eliminate that's just stupidity, to stop it. 5 years of eligibility. Just do 5 years. And then, but start to finish. When you start this
Once that
one,
clock
you got
stops.
5 years. There's no more 6-year stuff. No more the 7th year, but there's 5. So when you roll in and you play 2 or 3 games, or you play 5 games your freshman year, still got 4 more to go. And that's the best way to do it. If someone go, hold it now, 5 years, that's kind of crazy. Well, you know what's crazy? I saw that the tight end for the was it Miami?
9?
Was it 9 years?
9 years.
He was around because of loopholes and this and that. I'm like injury and all those things. How about just giving them 5? Because I think college football is made for 18 to 23 years old.
That's right.
Is kind of where it's at.
This guy was teaching classes still on the football team.
Things like that. So there's a lot of stuff too, but that's a great question. That's good stuff right there. Sorry, I went kind of crazy on that.
No, Coach, I appreciate it. We always like to get the input from the guys who have been there, done it, seen it, the craziness of this new landscape compared to the old traditional way, because the old traditional way is done. And it's like we always stress that we may not like it, you may not like it, but it's the way it is. I mean, it's not going anywhere. Obviously, there'll be modification changes, but this new day and age of college football that we grew up with is done. This new age is something totally different. Well, you guys, I tell you what, we got a lot to cover today. There's a lot going on. There was a lot of madness that took place. If you were a chalk picker in the NCAA tournament, meaning chalk, obviously your top seeded teams, you're doing quite well right now as far as that goes. If you were not a chalk picker like myself, your bracket has more carnage on it. We'll talk about March Madness. The Huskers this weekend, both the men played baseball, the ladies played softball, and a lot of March Madness. We'll be back, folks. It's The Drive, 937 Ticket.
Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in March. Try a double chocolate muffin with a leprechaun latte made with dark chocolate, peppermint, and Irish cream. For lunch, try the salmon panini with provolone, sesame oil, and tomatoes on a ciabatta roll with bagel chips. Perfect for Lent. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe. Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards just south of 48th and Holdridge.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and March Madness is here, and Koppel is ready to rock and roll. We just closed the books on a tremendous February, and we're locked and loaded for a big March. True 0% APR is happening right now at Koppel on select new models. Plus, Koppel has over $10,500 off list on other select new models. Our pre-owned truck lot is full of late model low gyms as well. So make that short drive down 144th Street or check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with a roof credit, 0% is standalone.
You grew up on cereal for breakfast and you graduated into drinking coffee at some point as an adult. Now there's a place in Lincoln where you can stay caffeinated but eat like you used to. Control Coffee and Cereal Bar brings Saturday morning vibes to every day with locally roasted specialty coffees, Lotus energy drinks, and tons of breakfast cereals with toppings. And did we mention they have video games to play while you're there too? Control Coffee and Cereal Bar open 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the weekends at 15th and Pine Lake.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor at just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Now back to the drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, welcome back on this beautiful Monday morning. Didn't do the heat check yet. Jackson, what am I thinking, my man? 39 degrees here in the capital city with a high of 53 the rest of this week. 55% chance of rain tomorrow, high of 59. Wednesday, another high, 50% chance of rain, 60 degrees, but I don't see any of the white stuff here, Jack.
Hey, I love rain. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably the Florida in me, but I love rain. I love it when it rains outside. There's something about it.
In Florida, you were used to those once a day rain showers.
Oh yeah, I mean, the truth is, even it was like it when I was home for spring break. You look up, like, you learn living there for as long as I have. I mean, my entire childhood. But you look up at the sky, you're like, okay, that rain's gonna last about 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and then it goes away, and it's sunny instantly. That's Florida for you.
Beauty of the tropics.
Florida
man.
in a nutshell.
AG, you said it was pretty windy there in Vegas, man. What's the temperature like though when you got in?
So yesterday I got in, it was around 80. It was nice. It was nice. It was around 80. Right now it's 57 with the high wind warning still being advised.
Wow. A lot going on. And Raff, of course, you're in the under tornado watch until 5 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Oh no, it ended this morning. So
ended this morning.
We're in
Nice.
storms right now, but it looks like it's calmed down and the clouds are moving away, sitting at about 64. So Lola might get a walk today. We'll see.
There you go.
Nice.
There you go. Hey, Jackson, Raff, and AG, man, and Raff, you know, because I sent it to you, man. Man, I did the first official ice bath on Sunday. And I'm hooked now, man. Did it again this morning because what that thing is doing. Like I said, I did the one in my tub, but that just, I mean, that's different. At least for me, it was different.
You can't get it cold enough.
Yeah, it gets you exactly your waist, maybe. AG, that one yesterday, bruh. You know what was about in my doggone chest, man. It was brutal. It was brutal. But what's that?
So AD, did you wear a hoodie again today, or did you just go Speedo?
You know what? I looked up online. No, I definitely wasn't going Speedo. Nobody want to see that. I don't even want to see that. No, a few cats that I know, a few of my buddies that have done it, they would wear like skull caps and hoodies. And then one of my other buddies, he goes, as you get acclimated, he would just wear like a t-shirt. So today I just did a t-shirt and obviously shorts and just a skull cap, but just slowly getting acclimated to it, man. But what it's done for that inflammation, man, is it's literally insane. It blows me away how quick it reduces that inflammation. Although you know it, logically, still physically and mentally got to like, you know what, I can do this. So this morning, a little different. I just walked in and said, just suck it up. Just walked in, didn't think about it. And it was good. But what it does to the body is just absolutely insane. Any of the text liners that do the cold plunges, you got any tips for me, please let me know. Big shout out to one of our show radio station sponsors and teammates is Kendall Warnock of A1 Auto. He does it every morning, has one in his basement.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I got one in my garage. And I had Oh man, I use it like 3-4 times a week because all the stuff that we used as athletes, young athletes in Nebraska and even in high school, jumping in a trash can with ice cubes that have been sitting all practice, all those really, other than feeling better, it like helps stimulate all type of things inside of the human body that is beneficial to healing. And inflammation is a big thing because inflammation is what keeps the body from basically staying young because it starts breaking things down on I say on a micro level. And so you don't want to give me, I could talk about this forever, but I could say I've been doing cold tub and contrasting. That's what I say. You talking about a tip. You want to think about contrasting. So if it's a hot tub nearby, you want to sit in the cold tub for about a minute to 5 minutes. And then then the transition over to the hot tub for about a minute to 2 minutes, then back into, and do that back and forth for about 20, 30 minutes.
AG, I did that just this morning because a dude gave me a tip on that, man, because the way it's set up at the gym down on Old Cheney, I'll just say that it's beautiful how it's set up, AG and Raff, Jackson, because they're right next to each other. So I went into the cold one first, and then I went over to the hot one, stayed there, then went back. And I got to admit, that third time I went back to the hot one, I was like, brother might just park out here for a little bit. Right here. I was like, nope, go back over there. But man, what it does to the body is just absolutely phenomenal. And Barney, good morning to you. He goes, can I get used to the ice bath, doing it off and on for the last month? I go from the sauna to the ice bath. Brother, at least you're getting it in though, Barney. Because man, it is a beautiful thing to do. It works, man. It works.
And another little hack is if you don't have a cold tub, you could sit in your shower and turn the shower to cold and let it run down your spine, because your spine is where your nervous system is at.
Yes.
And so letting the water hit you for at least a minute down your spine, that will help out in another stance to help your body recover.
AG, my body feels, like I said, obviously I still feel it. I mean, it hasn't healed right away, but as far as the inflammation, man, it's a noticeable difference, man. So I'm definitely going to do at least 3 days a week on that end. I'll tell you something else that wasn't cold yesterday, besides the weather, is Nebraska baseball's bats got off to a hot start. And before we get into that, the person who helps us do this segment is brought to you by Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services. Jack has been a well-respected representative since 1999. You can help protect your home, your vehicle, your family, or even your future. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100 or visit one of his 2 locations, Lincoln or Seward, and learn how Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services can help you. You guys, Nebraska baseball needed this desperately. I mean, desperately. Raff, AG, and Jackson, they took care of business on Friday, 7-3. I'm going to say this. After the 7-3 game, were you guys optimistic about the weekend?
Yes, always.
Gotta be always optimistic.
Definitely. Period. Then Saturday happened.
Yeah. Yeah, Nebraska took care of business on Friday, a 7-3 win. It was a lot of gut punching by both of them that went on. 7-3 victory. Nebraska took care of that one. And then on Saturday, they got the brakes beat off of them, 16-5. Oregon State flexed their muscle on Saturday, and the bats got hot. It was very inclement weather. I mean, it was cold. It was, misting out the whole time. So Oregon State got hot. But to your point, you guys, you say you always stay optimistic because you get to play again. Exactly. That's the thing about it. You get to play again. You got the number 5 team in the country. It's 1-1. All right. Nebraska returns the favor, beats Oregon State 16-7 yesterday. Gentlemen, that was the first time Nebraska won a weekend series over a top 5 team. What year do you think was the last time they've done it? I had to look it up because I had no idea. Jackson, what's your guess?
2012.
2012. Raffi, what's yours?
2011.
2011. AG, what's yours, my man?
I would say 2015.
2011 was the last time. All of you guys were fairly close. It was the last time Raff had it right on the nose. The last time Nebraska beat a top 5 opponent in a weekend series. Now, with that being said, you guys, the struggles Nebraska's had, we've talked about those ad nauseum over time. I'm not going to get into that. What I am going to say is this, though. What does that do for your confidence going forward with a very busy April?
Well, being in the Big Ten where, you're going to have, I say between the midweek week game that Nick talks about all the time, but it just, from a confident level, it just shows you, it gives you a picture of what you can do against a good team, basically. It's that simple. So between their hitting and between their pitching that they face from Oregon State, we know that team, in history's past have been a college World Series team. And so when you're with that, playing and competing and staying with them, going basically blow for blow, first game they get the win 7-3, second game they walk, gives us a big whip, beats us bad, but then we come back and finish the series with sending it right back at you. Oh, you beat us by multiple, big runs and big hits. We're going to just return the favor. So it just shows that no matter who's going to be on the other opposing side of the dugout, when you're playing a team, it's going to be competitive all the way through. We're not just going to be an easy win.
Raff, you figure, they get this win the first time since 2011, and I'm sure the team, not even going to the coach staff, the team felt the pressure on them. It's like, you know what, we're better than what we've shown in the past, and them coming out and doing what they did. 9 2-outs. There was 9 2-out runs in the bottom of the 7th inning, Nebraska, and then they 12 and 15 overall, 16 runs was their season high. Beat their season high 14 runs on 1 error, while Oregon State 26. They tallied 7 runs, 9 hits, and 2 errors. Tyler Stone showed up. He went 3 for 5 with a home run, 3 RBIs, and a triple of runs scored. Riley Silva turned up again. He was 3 of 4 the afternoon, RBI and 3 runs. Will Jeske, Max Butenbach, both had 3-run homers, which were huge to even see that 3-run homers. Hoagland Higso, he courted his first home run as a Husker. Case Sanderson, Rhett Stokes, I keep going on. Robbie Bolin, and also Joshua Overbeek posted 1 hit apiece as well. There was a lot of guys that hit the ball a lot. So 16-7 to win that series. Raff, now here's the bugaboo.
Yep.
And you know what I'm going with this. We have seen Nebraska baseball do this for the past number of years. They get a big one, obviously not since 2011. They've beat a top-rated team. But I'm simply saying they'll come off a great weekend series, and then here's this bugaboo midweek game. They play the neighbor down the street, Creighton, who is 16-7 right now, 6-1 at home, 10-6 away. But they got Creighton coming up, Raff. If you're Bolt right now, this game is at home. Okay, it's at home. Weather should be somewhat decent. It'll be warmer than it was this past weekend, bro. How much would these guys got to understand this? Okay, we took care of Oregon State. That is done. Right, so they had overnight to kind of the process a lot of the day. Tomorrow, those pesky Blue Jays are coming to rain on your parade, man. I mean, it happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they, from a pitching standpoint, how they pitch this, because it is a good victory for your RPI. However, those conference games are needed because we have to get some conference wins to get into the Big Ten baseball tournament. So it's kind of a catch-22. You want to get this win, but you also, you need to get those conference victories are key right now. So it'll be very, Will Bolt's going to have to be very strategic in how he plays this game, because you want to win it, but you also got to remember you have those conference games coming up on the weekend. So,
well, Raff, to your point, yeah, absolutely. It's going to be very interesting because you look at this week alone. Okay, obviously they got Creighton tomorrow, 6 p.m. Wednesday, they got UNO in Omaha. Friday, you got Rutgers coming for a 3-game series. Friday at 6 o'clock, Saturday at 2 o'clock, and Sunday at 12 o'clock. And then 2 days later, you go down to Lawrence, Kansas, and play KU. So and then the 11th, you play Iowa City. So this first 2 weeks of April is going to be serious. And that's why that weekend series of them beating Oregon State was huge, man. That was huge because what they got coming in the next 14, 15 days is going to be a juggernaut. On the text line here, Cubs, good morning, goes, I posted yesterday on X that 21 of Oregon State's 26 runs scored this weekend were on homers, which they weren't. They were knocking it out the park. Back a few of them, I think, might have been in Oak Lake. Pitching has a lot to do on the mound because out-hitting Oregon on Saturday with 7 runs should be enough to win any game with our good defense. And Cubs, I totally agree with you, man. And that is something they're going to have to take in, Raff, to your point, on tomorrow against Creighton and for the rest of this week, man, as far as that goes. Gentlemen, the softball team as well took care of business. In fact, it was almost like they were just saying, you know what, we want to be done for the afternoon, and because they ruled Purdue both times this week, and they play Purdue again this evening, this afternoon, late afternoon at 4:00 p.m. For Purdue to try to maybe at least escape out of Nebraska with 1 win. But Raff, Jordy, I mean, that girl is playing some baseball on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, that's why she's an All-American. That's why she's one of the top players in the country. We're seeing it come to fruition. Everything that like I talked about, what we expected out of her last year. Unfortunately, we did not get to see due to the injury. We're seeing this year, and we're seeing, why she's a 2-time national champion.
Yeah, she's AG. She's a game changer. It's like that old saying, a rising tide lifts all boats. She has done that for Nebraska this year, man.
Yeah, when you got a good player like Ball on the mound pitching, and then enthusiasm and all that is created from that gameplay, and then everybody else starts to build up the confidence. But real quick before I wanted to say something about the men's. That Oregon State, those victories, the way they come about, that can then get them set the stage for taking care of Creighton midweek in Omaha, because one, you don't have to travel a whole lot, so you don't have to worry about getting to a hotel, check-in, and all that. Now, Will Bolden, that coaching staff, just got to say, hey, focus. We got 2 teams that are here at home pretty much. One is, even though one is in Lincoln and one is in Omaha, but we can have that confidence going into that game, knowing that we don't have to travel far, and we take care. And we already played a top 10 team, and we know we can handle them. But for, so I just wanted to get that out before we talk about the ladies. But for the ladies' standpoint, having the game and then their record where they're at, 26, I believe 26-8 or something like that, is just fantastic, because when you get to this it's just like NFL, right? You got that little playoff push time. That's kind of where we're at in conference play push for college softball and baseball to make sure they're setting the stage. So when they win certain games, they can set them stage up to make it easier. Winning big games builds the confidence for winning the next game and then the next game after that. So from a coaching staff, you just want to know, boom, what they know with softball right now, the pitching is on right now for their pitching staff. So that is who, and is hopefully then after that, it's okay. The pitching stays on. It's let our bats stay on as well, because if your bats get a little cold, at a time where you need a push to get win, pitching is not going to be able to hold you, to that far. So you just want to make sure the bats stay just as hot as the pitching is.
Yeah, AJ, to your point, like you said, it's great that Nebraska, like you said, you play Creighton at home, like you mentioned, you go to Omaha, but like I said, that's 50 minutes away. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're there. It's basically a suburban home game, we'll call it. You know what I'm saying? It's not home, but you're in the suburbs of your home, if you would, going that close to Omaha. No hotels and all the rest of that craziness to worry about. And just be dialed in. I would love to see Nebraska baseball be freaking dialed in on these midweek games. And all of these games are winnable. You've just proved it to yourself. You just shellacked the number 5 team in the country. All right. You return the favor on Sunday. It's like, you know what, fellas, let's stop being our worst enemy. I mean, these games are the ones, these midweek games for the past number of years are the ones that have absolutely killed them. Now, I know there may be pushback with well, they did win the Big Ten. Yeah, but no one, that was something, obviously they did. But you don't want to put yourself in a position to have to win the whole entire doggone conference championship just to get the post play as far as that goes, Yeah. So from that aspect, Jackson, I want you guys to come out and just play ball this week, man. Have fun and just play ball.
It's just getting over whatever's in their head. Sorry about that, Jackson. Just getting over what's ever in their head about that midweek thing. Whatever that thing is, I was like, I want to trap it in a box. Like if I'm Will Bolt, I'm like, hey, let's have what's this midweek thing? I'm tired of hearing about it. Let's take it in a box and then throw that box somewhere we would never find it again, because we need to go out here and just play ball. Like you just said, I don't want to hear about midweek, wins and losses. So what? It's just another game on the schedule. I don't care what dime of the week it is. If it's a weekend game or a Friday night game or let's just go out there and get a win and play well. So that's where coaching staff comes in, because even among the players, sometimes the players don't understand because they got stuff going on, right? They in school, they got other things going on that's on their mind. The last thing they're thinking about is like, why we can't play good right now on a Tuesday or Wednesday. You're not thinking about this. So coaching staff, that's upon them to say, hey, we got to just put a little box and throw that box into nowhere, so we don't know where it is, so we could come out there and play ball like we know we can in other games that they showed up in. And obviously, just recently, the Oregon State game is that game of what they can have on their frontal lobe.
Mm-hmm. Jackson, AG, Raff, we covered a lot. Women's baseball, again, they play at 4:00 today against Purdue. That'll be game 3. The men obviously rest today, and before they host Creighton on tomorrow. On the text line, it was asked me about, I believe that was Old Dad 34. You're talking about the arthritic knees. You know what? From what I've looked up, it says it's very good for arthritic knees or any kind of arthritis, because it's a non-invasive, non-invasive treatment and therapy. And obviously, it's something you can do from the comfort of your own home if you wanted to, as far as that goes. So that definitely does work. Big B, what's up, brother? I like what you say here. Don't do the cold plunge. I'm buying a tank soon. but I do the shower cold, hot, then drop it like it's hot. But he said hot, then drop it, and breathe slowly. Worked great on business trips. You know what, Big B? As much as traveling I've done, and AG, you mentioned that, I've never done that in the shower on the trip, and that'd be great, especially those mornings where you've had a crazy travel. That thing would get you alert pretty quick. So I appreciate that tip there, Big B. See, these are things you have to do when you get really old. You know what I'm saying, Jackson?
No, you do this young too.
You do it young. You do the tubs all the time.
I've wanted to do. I haven't done the cold plunge yet. But what gym is it on?
It's the one on Old Cheney. Genesis. I just say
Genesis.
Right on Old Cheney.
Okay.
Yep.
Man, we've been doing the cold tub since our teens.
You ain't lying, bro. And I never had a problem with it in high. I mean, like we were at Nebraska. I just didn't think about it. I just hop in there.
Exactly. You forget about it. Don't forget about it. Because like I remember one of the reasons why I'm at where I'm at, I remember everything that we did to prepare our body to play football. And then I remember things like the training staff would tell me, hey, just sitting in a cold tub just on a regular basis is good for you. And I'm like, really? And then I started asking 1,000 questions. And that was my first year at Green Bay. I was 3 years in NFL, 24 years old. I was like, why is that? Oh, it helps with blood pressure, cholesterol, your skin, your inflammation in your body. And I'm like, can I put that in my house? They're like, yeah, sure can. I'm like, book it, So I was like, I put one in my the basement. So I was like, gotta have it. And so that's why I still have one now. It's daily things that we forget about as adults.
Yeah, man.
Because we get on the vicious cycle of life. Right. Job, work, wake up early. You got to go to, be at work at 4 a.m. or you got to be at work at 8, whatever time. You got to be there. You kind of forget those things that will benefit you. And you don't want to forget those things because you want to, my goal is to be honest, my goal is to be here till I'm 80 and plus. I kicking my kids' butts and my grandkids' butt playing basketball or pickleball or something like that, So you just got to put them goals out for you to then, and also pay attention to what's around you. That's the low-hanging fruit that can, real simple things that could keep you, again, in good, healthy environment for your body and your living environment.
Absolutely. Totally agree. Keith, KT, what's up, brother? Firm believer in cold plunges, huge for mental health. You ain't lying, my man. It definitely is, KT. Appreciate you, man. Cigar Guy says, when I used to run marathons, I definitely do an ice bath after I run anything longer than 15 miles. Helped my legs so much. Cigar Guy, you're spot on because my buddy Kyle Schunkweiler, owner of Spine and Sports, his AD, he goes, his marathoners and endurance athletes, they swear by it. Now I see firsthand why they do. Folks, when we come back, we got some history to discuss, and we got a lot of March Madness. And how is your bracket looking at this point? We'll be back, folks. It's The Drive, 937 A Ticket.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
I'm Chief Dave Engler. When a fire truck hits a pothole with 12 tons of fast-moving equipment and crew, it's a problem. On your ballot in April is a measure to continue Lincoln's quarter-cent sales tax for street improvements. A vote against eliminates the street funding. A vote for will not raise your taxes and keeps the funding in place. And better roads means faster response times. Learn more at LincolnOnTheMove.com.
We use our Lincoln streets every day, and so do first responders. But visitors and out-of-town commuters also do. A quarter-cent sales tax for streets passed by voters in 2019 makes those commuters pay about $6 million a year to improve streets. On your ballot in April is a measure to continue it. A vote against means no more funds from commuters. A vote for will not raise your taxes, and commuters still pay. Learn more at LincolnOnTheMove.com. paid for by the City of Lincoln.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in March. Try a double chocolate muffin with a leprechaun latte made with dark chocolate, peppermint, and Irish cream. For lunch, try the salmon panini with provolone, sesame oil, and tomatoes on a ciabatta roll with bagel chips. Perfect for Lent. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
LES wants your feedback. Help shape your electric utility's direction and priorities by taking an anonymous online survey. Make your voice heard before the survey closes on April 30th at les.com/survey.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, 4-time All-American at Nebraska and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green!
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most. For all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Love is in the air, and so are big savings. It's the Big I Do event at Sartor Heyman Jewelers, South Point Pavilions, April 4th through the 6th. For 3 days only, enjoy 20% off all engagement rings and wedding bands, plus exclusive bridal collections from our top designers. Whether you're saying yes or I do, shop now for the year's best prices and selection. April 4th through 6th, Sartor Heyman Jewelers, South Point Pavilions.
Outside is where winter adventure unfolds. On frozen lakes, icy landscapes, and snow-covered slopes, feeling the cold air rush by as you race downhill. The freedom of gliding with ease and the warmth of being together. From epic sled rides to the fun of ice fishing, it's all right here beneath Nebraska skies. Start your winter adventure at yournebraskaparks.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Associations and this station.
Now back to the drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
AG, Raff, Hamhand holding it down. AG, Raff, Manhattan holding it down. AG, Raff, man holding it down. Got Jackson in the house. Jackson, my man, what's your go-to music? Like if you like, what's your go-to to get you hyped up?
I talked to DP about this before, actually. My music taste is so broad. Like that's just the way I was raised, was just appreciate music.
Mm-hmm.
So my go-to now is kind of like a folkish, the Noah Khan, and those type of guys. But I've always probably been like a country type of guy.
Okay.
So that's probably like my go-to. But I don't. I listen to any music that I believe is good. So.
What's your go-to, AG?
I would to say I'm OC. You know what? I just went over this in my head over the weekend. I realized that so it's rap. I'll say that. but it's only about a handful of rappers. It's Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, and then what was the other young buck? Was it a young guy? Dang it, I think that was it. But I'll say Childish Gambino. But then the rest is old school. It's Snoop, it's NWA, it's Tupac, it's Biggie. That's it. And then throw in some Erykah Badu, some Alicia Keys, and some Jill Scott. That's it.
I watched Straight Outta Compton the other day. That's a great movie. That's a great movie.
Yeah, it is. Raffy, what about you, my man? What's your go-to, brother?
Play me some country music. You're wondering what the DRE, Dr. Dre.
Okay, you going country and rap. I like it. Rap. I like the variety, the range. The range is solid there.
We got winners. We got losers. Chain smokers and boozers. We got yuppies. We got bikers. We got Thursday hitchhikers. And the girls next door dress up like movie stars. I love this bar. Who sings that, AG?
I have no idea.
Oh, I do the answer.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I've heard the song before. I have heard it. I just don't know the singer. I mean, I totally missed it, Raff. Sorry, my bad.
Hey, you know what else, Raff? We got cowboys. Jackson, we got truckers. Broken hearted fools and suckers.
Yeah,
we got hustlers. We got fighters. AG, I wasn't know neither, but it's one of my favorite country songs. It's by the man, the late Toby Keith.
Oh, Toby Keith. Oh, who I met. So humble brag coming. I walk into the cafeteria one day during lunchtime and during practice up in Lambeau Field years ago. And I see this dude sitting in the cafeteria. I'm like, lineman, maybe a tight end. But sometimes they bring free agents for a tryout, right?
Yeah,
and just during the regular season too. So I'm like, man, this big dude. He's like 6'6". I like tight end, tackle. Okay. So I go grab my food. And then everybody started coming in. So I got in there first, and I sit like a row away from him. So I'm like, because I was like, maybe he just wants his space. I haven't met him. I said, what's up to him before I sat down. And then when he looked up, I kind of like, man, he looks familiar, but I can't put my finger on it. And then everybody came in, and Brett came in and sat right next to him. What's up, man? Oh, man, I'm glad you came. And I'm like, then I was ear hustling, and I heard him say, Toby. And I'm like, oh, you're the Red Solo Cup dude. I'm like, I'm like, my man. I was like, I love that song.
Toby Keith, man, definitely left us too soon. That was kind of part of my history. Why I brought it up. Yeah, he passed away just a year ago last month, February 5th. He was only 62 years old, had a stomach cancer, man. So, man, Toby Keith, that dude, like I said, man, I'm and as far as music, for his mind, I'm kind of all over the place. Kind of depends on what kind of mood I'm in. I listen to classical, to jazz, to hip hop. Country, I got to be kind of in the mood for it, but I don't dislike it by any stretch. The only thing I can't listen to is hard rock. I can't where they're yelling.
Oh, like the heavy metal stuff.
Yeah, heavy metal.
Yeah, one of my daughters does that.
Heavy metal?
Yeah, she when she gets into her weight room, she's in the weight room and she goes into her hardcore. I'm like, baby girl, I don't understand what they're saying right now. She's like, yeah, you just gotta get into the flow. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to. I can't find it though, because I don't know what he's talking about.
Can you sing that again for us, AG?
I was like, is he putting words together? I'm like, babe, I'm trying to get it. What's the name of the song? Let me get. Oh, it's called Everlasting. I'm like, okay.
I heard nothing that.
I heard nothing that return that pertained to everlasting. What's he everlasting? I don't know.
That's probably. I kind of agree with that. I don't really. I'm pretty bra with my music, but I can't really get into that. I've heard a few, the bands like Korn and whatnot.
Yeah, Korn was pretty good. Like, she would listen to Korn. I could hear their words. It was just. I was like, okay, that's your style. Got it. Locked in. I may not get all the words at all, so it's okay. I don't have to know the words. Just listen to the rhythm of the beat of the strum of the guitar. I got that. I could do that.
You can do that.
Right.
Cigar Guy says, my thing right now is Teddy Swims. If you haven't heard of him, check him out.
He's good.
Soul, country, folk, R&B. Doesn't have a solid genre, but it's just real good. I'm going to check that out. I haven't heard him.
Easy
I
name
appreciate
to
that,
spell.
Cigar Guy.
Easy name to spell.
Hey, Raffy, what you got for history, my man?
My history comes back in 1975. John Wooden coaches his final game as UCLA defeats Kentucky 92-85 to win his 10th NCAA basketball championship. And he went off into the sunset and wrote a lot of books.
1975 was his last year?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I was 1 year old when he retired.
Man, I was negative 2.
Disc Golf Jake says, hold on. Peyton Parrish has an album called The Most Magical Album on Earth. It's Disney's tunes, but like Viking heavy rock, try it. Check it out, man. Check it out. AG, what you got, my man?
I got an old school game that actually is still out today. They just did another iteration of it. It's Doom 64 on the Nintendo 64. It came out March 31st, 1997. Midway Studios, so the same company that made NBA Jam out there. When he's on fire. So we got Doom 64 came out. So you kill the demons. I said, kill the demons once. They're all dead. Or so you thought. A single demon entity escaped detection systematically. It altered decaying, dead carnage back into grotesque living tissue. The demons have turned stronger and more vicious than ever before. Your mission is to clear out. There are no options, killed or be killed in the game of Doom. So it's just shooting and more shooting and blowing things up and shooting again. So if you have a day where you like, you know what, I want to shoot something and I want to get my body right, this is the game to play right here is Doom. The new ones, because I played Doom Eternal on my stream about 4 or 5 years ago, and it is so satisfying to where you could, if you want to take a big shotgun and shoot a demon in the face, there you go. You know, it's a video game thing. You just got to understand it. You don't hear what I'm saying, so there you go. It's a video game thing. It's like, AG a little off, ain't it? I said, no, man, it's video. It's video game thing only.
I love it. I love it. Folks, we got a lot of March Madness to discuss and also to answer a question right here. Unknown Texture 2553. I will get back to you because I'm not sure what the prizes are because you're sitting at third right now, and well done in your bracket for the 93.7 ticket bracket. So I will check on that on the break, my man. And I will definitely let you know on that, folks. We'll be right back. We're going to take a break, and we're going to talk a lot of March Madness upsets. And, folks, we got our Final Four locked in. It's The Drive, 93.7 ticket.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through April 6th, enjoy all-natural, thick-cut bone-in pork chops for $2.48 per pound, all-natural boneless chicken breasts $2.99 per pound, 5-ounce portions of tuna steak, mahi-mahi, or swordfish for $3.99 each, and Bush Light 30 racks just $17.99 each when you purchase 2. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
We should be seeing quite a bit of sunshine here for our Monday. Kind of a cool day out there. 54 for a high temperature, light northwest wind. We could see a few showers roll into the region later on tonight. We'll drop down to 40 for a low. Better chance of rain Tuesday into Tuesday night. Maybe even some severe thunderstorms as well. High temperatures will get up into the mid-60s then. I'm meteorologist Aaron Downer for 93.7 The Ticket and ticketfm.com.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Muchachos has been serving Lincoln delicious pork, brisket, and chicken tacos for several years now, as well as Hatch Mac nachos and more. Muchachos also brings you close to the taste buds of your favorite local college athletes with NIL deals like the B3 burrito for Bella Bacon of Nebraska softball and many more. See a variety of different NIL options at Muchachos at 11th and K or order online at yomuchacho.com. Open 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Now's the perfect time to get even stronger at Planet Fitness. Save $28 or more when you join today for just $1 down, $15 a month. Mix up your routine or create a customized workout plan with free fitness training. That's right. Certified trainers, unlimited sessions with best-in-class equipment. Plus, there's over 2,700 convenient locations to choose from, with most open 24 hours. Save $28 or more today when you join Planet Fitness for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends April 11th. See Home Club for details.
You grew up on cereal for breakfast and you graduated into drinking coffee at some point as an adult. Now there's a place in Lincoln where you can stay caffeinated but eat like you used to. Control Coffee and Cereal Bar brings Saturday morning vibes to every day with locally roasted specialty coffees, Lotus energy drinks, and tons of breakfast cereals with toppings. And did we mention they have video games to play while you're there too? Control Coffee and Cereal Bar open 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the weekends at 15th and Pine Lake.
Early break, sort of interesting that we could all learn from. He doesn't look at himself just as a running back, he said. I look at myself as a weapon. You should follow suit. I'm not just a radio host, I'm a weapon.
Noted.
We're weapons.
Weapons.
Yes. Weapons of destruction.
With Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush from 6 to 9 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Welcome to The Drive with A.D. Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0. And bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we are back on this beautiful Monday morning. Raff, what does Renew Auto do best?
Everything.
That's right, they do, man. This segment is brought to you by our friends at Renew Auto. Call all or text Nate, Eric, or David at 402-833-3858 or visit Renew online at renewyourauto.com. From body shop, ceramic coatings, window tinting, spray and bed liners, paintless dent repair, rust proofing, and undercoating, and so much more. So give Nate, Eric, or David a text or call today at 402-833-3858.
3858 or learn more online at renewyourauto.com and see what Renew can do for you. David had me dying laugh, and AG and Jackson on the text line. He goes, they kicked him out of college for some reason he didn't graduate from high school, so they think he was fit for college.
Ooh.
No idea why they would have done that, Dave. But yet here you are, the successful business owner still, man. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Jackson, how is your bracket doing at this point? And who did you have playing in the Natty?
Florida and Duke in the Natty. Because I picked all the 1 seeds to be the Final
Four. So you did chalk picks.
I did,
which is smart.
But I
smart way to do it. Yeah.
Hey, smart. The 1 seeds are very strong this year. Last year I didn't do that. I will say I did not do that the year before. But this year the 1 seeds are just so strong. I think Florida is. I picked them to win the Natty over Duke, but Duke is on such an unstoppable run right now that honestly, if I had to pick right now, I honestly would pick Duke because Duke is just on this crazy tear.
Man.
So
Duke looks like they're in another world right now, man. AG, what about you, man? What like you? I know you did one for I
did a women's bracket. I didn't get a chance to do the men's sign up for the men's bracket because busy with life and everything. But I did get a women's bracket in, and right now I'm at 70% of my picks. 72.5% of my picks were ranked.
You're taking care of business, then, man.
Yes.
Taking care of business.
Boom.
Rafferty, you're still hemorrhaging pretty bad?
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things. I have Florida winning it, but like I said, after watching Duke, I'm just like, yeah, they're pretty good. And then Auburn yesterday, it looked like, John I. Broom was really coming around. So now I'm sitting there going, maybe Duke and Houston, maybe, but I'll hang in there with Florida, see what they can do.
Out of our bracket, I did with some buddies. Out of 19 of us, I am 7th, which doesn't do anything whatsoever. So it kind of goes up and down. But you recap these games real quick. The Auburn versus Michigan game. I guess we're going back a couple nights, but over the weekend, Auburn knocked off Michigan 78-65. Raff, to your point, Auburn is playing some good basketball right now. I mean, they play loose. They're disruptive. In fact, fellas, Auburn reminds me a lot of Houston. They're both lanky, long, and disruptive. So Auburn took care of business against Michigan on the 27th and on the 29th. Obviously, the game yesterday where Auburn took care of Michigan State. Raff, what is Auburn's big man name again? One that got hurt his wrist and then came back again. Light-skinned brother. I can't think of his name right now.
John I. Broom.
John I. There we go. He was out because it looked like, because there was like 10 minutes left, and it's like, okay, and Michigan State kind of made some room in there, but they just held them off, and they pulled that one off 70-64 to solidify their place in the Final Four. Michigan State, of course, had a barn burner over Ole Miss 2 nights ago and won, but they ran into Auburn and lost that one. You guys, Florida. Let's talk about Florida. They were down again. Raff, they were down again and took care of business, man.
Yeah, they have that resilience, that late game resilience. And the thing about Florida too is they're loaded also. I mean, they can sub in big men left and right. It's just they haven't won as well. I mean, they've won spectacularly in comebacks, but you look at Duke, the way they're just putting teams away and the way Auburn's played. So, but I think Florida's still going to be a thorn, matchup wise with both of those teams. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Florida. Go ahead, AG.
No, I was just saying, I'm just like with I say one thing with Florida being obviously a top seed, but then also the way they're winning games coming back. They want to make sure they don't catch them nip them in the butt. They got to be aware. Coaching staff has to be aware. It's like, look, we're winning, right? We're winning how we need to win because that's all that counts right now. But let's get to a point where we take control and we can control our destiny. When we're in front of a game, that means we're hitting the boards, we're defending hard. As you see with Houston, their defense is I say impenetrable. And keeping that for them in terms of Florida, they got to make sure whatever it is between shooting and defense, make sure we take control so we don't have to have these, hard pushes towards the end of the game because we're all number ones now that are in the Final Four. And so these are the top teams in each bracket that came and made it. So this is going to be a little different than what we were facing heading into this final round.
Jackson, you being a Florida guy, you look at Clayton, number one, the point guard.
Yeah.
He is an absolute menace.
Yeah. he's so much fun to watch. I was in here in studio that night covering Stars hockey, and I was able to jump in twice during some intermissions there just to give a quick little update. And I had the game up in here, and it was not looking good for them. They were down by at point. The largest deficit was 10. And I was like, all right, you know what? I was like, let's see what happens here. It was not looking good for them. I didn't know what was going to happen. They end up coming back to punch their ticket to the Final Four for the first time since Billy Donovan was their head coach.
That's 2014, last year?
Yeah.
11 years ago.
11 years. You're able to get into the Final Four with a head coach who heading into this postseason didn't have a postseason win.
Well, yeah, and was wondering if he was going to have a job still as far as that goes.
Yeah.
Some of the other things that were going on, and then Todd Golden takes care of business. But think about Walter Clayton, man. That dude. Okay, you look at.
Oh my gosh,
dude, he is he reminds me, Raff and AG. I'm trying to think of the guy, but from a college standpoint, from years past, in my mind, it goes back to a lot of guys. But he's just a floor general. He can score at will. He does what he wants, and he doesn't get flustered. In fact, Florida in general does not get flustered. But to your point, AG, they better be careful in the Final Four, because getting down, you think about this, getting down 10 against one of these teams, you may not come back.
Yeah.
But Florida has done that. You look at Clayton averaging 17 a game, Martin averaging 15 a game, Richard averaging 15 a game, Condon averaging 16 a game, and Hugh averaging 15 a game. They are a dangerous squad. But I tell you what, going into this Final Four, if they allow Auburn to go up 10, you better be careful. Now, I'm not knocking the other teams. I'm not knocking, like I said, I'm not knocking the other teams they did that against, but I'm just simply saying there's a reason why these teams are in that position they're in. Let's go to Houston. Houston, we did not have any problems, because when they played to get into the game that they wanted to get in, dude, Raff, Houston is just a disruptive team. And they gave Tennessee everything they possibly could. Tennessee, I think Tennessee got it within 8 at one point. Raff, am I wrong on that, or was it a little bit close? I thought it was 8.
Yeah, I think eight or 10.
Yeah, from the start, halftime they were down 19 at halftime, y'all.
Yeah.
And Tennessee, that's where my bracket, I asked all of you guys, I had Tennessee actually playing Florida in the national championship.
That would be awesome if that was going to happen.
Yeah,
great.
That would have been great when Tennessee's got knocked out now, but Houston. Calvin Sampson has got those boys just balling for Houston. And Raff, I think Houston, in my opinion, Houston and Auburn favor each other a lot in the way they play. They play very quick. They're long. They're lanky. And you know what? They play defense. They are aggressive. Yes, they are. They're a very, very aggressive team. So let's go right here. Okay, so now you got Duke. And I'm going to try to get Austin to come on this 10:30 segment. I know he's up. It's 8:30 his time. He's got a kid, so he's used to being up early. But yeah, I just kind of see what his environment. But you got Austin's Duke Blue Devils. You guys, this is just me, okay? Duke has not been tested in this tournament so far, with the exception of Arizona, 193. Duke won their first game, 93-49. They won the next game, 89-66. The game against Arizona, they were tested a little bit. The scores a little, doesn't show off at 193. They blew Alabama out by 20. Yeah. By 20. The closest game they had was that one against Arizona. Everybody else has been double digits. Now look at this matchup here. The Duke and Houston. We'll talk obviously a lot about this all during the week. But early odds, as we listen to the pressers and we go on and on throughout the week. AG, who are you going with, Duke or Houston, in the game they play this coming week?
I say right now the best matchup is going to be Houston to Duke, because they're long, and we're already talking, long in their aggressive defense, and they could get hands in the face, and they have the speed as well. And so, to me, I would say Houston will have a little edge because they're the underdog, even though they are the team that is right now playing at a high note. And I really would say, other than Florida, just a little bit with the comebacks, they're still playing at a high level. But I say of the four number one seeds, they're playing, more of at a worry rate of coaching staffs or whatever, to make sure to get the games won. But for Houston to match up with Duke, this is the game to watch, because you got Flag. They have their big, they have their big men and their shooters that play ball for the whole game for 20 minutes each quarter. And then Houston has their players and their shooters. I think they set a record with 3-pointers, right, during this tournament during this season for them as a university. So that right there, this is the match of the West. And I think right now. I believe Houston has the edge because, like I said, they're the underdog. Everybody's looking at Flag and Crew to continue on to the final, for the final four, our final matchup there. So Houston, with that little bit of I say motivation to say, hey, let's knock this team off and put us back on a map that we haven't been on in a long time as a university, because back in the 90s and the 80s, we knew Houston was a team that had athletes that could run and jump and shoot, and now they're back there right now.
Florida, and I know Texter, I appreciate that too, because I looked this back up and I didn't realize what that score was. I knew they'd beat them because they talked about it on TV, realized how bad. Florida already beat Auburn 90-81 in the regular season. So those two teams are familiar with each other. That whole conference is familiar with each other as far as that goes. But back on February 8th, they did beat them. It was by 10. It was at Auburn as well in that game. And that game, as far as even stats, player stats in that game, guess who lit it up again? Of course, Clayton. So, I mean, they just get it done. I think the familiarity with Florida and Auburn is going to be interesting. However, I will say this, Raff and A.J. Jackson. Raff, I will say this. It's different. It's a neutral place, and it's the rematch. And you think Auburn may have a bad taste in their mouth from that 90-81 beatdown?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's always you have that next opportunity to get that team. And then you look at Auburn, too. Like, John I. Broom, like, he's, everybody's talking he'll be the player of the year. So I think he's out to prove that he is the player of the year, because there's been a lot of talk lately about, Flag overcoming him and maybe being the player of the year. So it's going to be a fun Final Four. I mean, not often you get to see all 4 number 1 seeds make the Final Four. So it's definitely going to have fireworks.
It's the second time in history this has happened.
I was going to ask, only the second time?
Only the second time. I think the first time was in early 2000. Derrick Rose was in it. I know that. There's no graphic of it, but yeah, it's only the second time it's ever happened.
Yeah, and then one more note about the Houston team. They held Chaz Lanier to half his season average of 30 points a game, and then Jemiah Mansack as well, underscoring, keeping them from getting them points on the board. So that's when you shut down some of their a team's best 2 players, and you do what you did then you have an opportunity to do the same thing, duplicate that against another Duke team too. So it's going to be interesting.
I love it. Folks, we are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk some more basketball, men's basketball, of course, as Nebraska take on the ASU. We'll talk about the Crown Tournament in general. Not Crown Royal, not the purple bag that you put in golf tees and spare change and things like that, depending on if you got that Uncle Rookie or somebody like that keeps one of those purple bags. We're talking about the Crown that's going to take place where AG is at, and also Austin Orman is at as well. We'll discuss, man. And actually, yes, we got the confirmation. Austin Orman is going to call in live from Vegas. Heck, AG might be in the same hotel as you. We'll never know. So we'll check that out when we get back. It's The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
When your home fills up with family, Allo Fiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. Allo Fiber experts install it all, and full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters, and the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Allo at 866-481-2556 or visit allofiber.com.
Spring is the time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter, or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table. Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com. Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus. Garage doors and more.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I'm proud of my Nebraska roots, and I'm proud to be back home. And at Midwest Bank, they're proud to be your local community bank. They believe in family first, taking initiative, showing integrity, and rolling up their sleeves to support their local communities. They treat everyone like family, no matter where you're from. Whether you walk into a branch in York, Lincoln, Norfolk, or Pierce, you know you're going to be welcomed with a smile. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
It takes hard work to make Nebraska the right place to raise a family, build a business, or grow a community. We're counting on working parents to make it happen, and they're counting on childcare professionals to have their backs. Employers and other contributors can earn up to a $100,000 tax credit for strengthening childcare in our communities and state. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends. Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back. We got one of our teammates calling in right now. Thanks, Bach. Bach is over there. And, folks, we have coming on our very own Austin Orman. And let me know when he is running through there.
I think he should be on. I think so.
AD, what's up?
Austin, what's happening, man?
Oh, not too much. Not too much. Thanks for the invite.
Absolutely, man. I was thinking about it this morning driving here. I was like, man, I was thinking about the time. I was like, well, it's 2 hours difference. I'm like, Austin got a little kid. He got a little boy. He's up. Especially being gone, 2 hour difference. I'm like, oh, he's been up probably since. What time did you get in last night?
Okay, so I landed in Vegas at like 11:50 local time here. So about 1:50 back home. Made it to my hotel at probably about 12:30 local time.
Oh wow, 2:30 here.
Yeah, which here's the thing. I mean, I am not one to complain. I don't do this whole travel thing very often, so I know of anyone this show is familiar with some crazy travel stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. What hotel are you at?
What is this called? I think it's the Hilton Vacation Club Polo Towers. I picked this one. It's only like a 3-minute walk from the arena Nebraska's playing. Hopefully, its first 2 games in. So I think it's perfectly located for me.
Okay, we got Ahman Green that's online on the show, of course. Austin as well, our teammate. Austin, what hotel are you at, AG?
I'm at the Luxor.
How far is the Luxor from you, Austin? How far do you think that is from you, brother?
Oh man, I know I drove past it on my way down. Let me do a quick Google Maps search here.
Oh, on the strip? I don't remember.
Luxor?
It's a bit of a walk.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I think
looks like it's about a 10-minute drive from me. So
oh wow.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Not too bad. Austin, first of all, we got the Crown. You're there representing. Like I said, we have the games that are going to be played today. You got Houston versus Georgetown. That game's going to be at 12 p.m. Pacific time, so 2 p.m. here. You got G-Dub playing Idaho. I think that's Idaho. No. It is Idaho they play. No, that's Boise. It's Boise they play at 2:30.
Come on, AD, get it.
Yeah, I was looking at I should have my glasses on right now. I'm like, no, that's
oh, bro. Hey, bro, put the glasses on, man.
Yeah, I think I got the truck, so I can't go back that far. We got Nebraska, of course, we're going to talk about that's playing as well. That'll be 7:30 our time. Then Georgetown versus Washington State. That's at 8. Austin, what's the overall vibe? Have you seen a lot of Husker fans or not? Because I know you're probably still in the room, so I mean, not out and about yet. What's the overall vibe thus far?
I'm just still trying to get my feet wet in Vegas. I'll give you my personal vibe at the very least, and it's weird. It's weird to be there.
I love the honesty, Austin.
Because Nebraska either could be playing postseason basketball, or Nebraska could be focusing on next year's roster. I think both are admirable goals, but this whole college basketball crown concept still kind of blows my mind. Right? I respect Fox for what they want to do in putting it on. But to start a tournament of essentially pinstripe bowl games after we have the Elite Eight, I mean, you're basically filling a week of content between the Elite Eight and the Final Four with a bunch of pinstripe bowls. And again, credit to Fox for putting it on. It's not something they would do if it wasn't gonna make them money. But it's just interesting to look at the different roads all of these teams have traveled to get here. I mean, we know Nebraska was in great position for an NCAA tournament bid. They end up obviously falling short. Boise State got some sneaky kind of late at-large berth hype, but ends up falling short of the tournament. Butler, kind of in the same boat as Nebraska record-wise. Utah wasn't that inspiring in the Big 12 this year. George Washington in the A-10 was actually kind of fun. This is where I let my college basketball sicko on full display. GW had one of their better seasons in a while. Georgetown, still pretty new under Ed Cooley with him out here. And Washington State, just on Nebraska's half of the bracket, lost pretty much everyone from a team that made the NCAA tournament last year. So it's not every team taking the same path to get to these points, but there are so many teams that turn down invitations to focus on building for next year. I don't know if Nebraska is right or wrong for being here in Vegas right now. All I know is I'm not mad at watching more basketball.
Raff and AG, go ahead. You got and Jackson as well.
So, Austin, are you potentially there the entire time then if Nebraska continues to win?
I believe that is the plan, yes. I could be here from last night all the way through Sunday afternoon if everything works out in the Huskers' favor.
Oh, boy, Austin. I only have a 4-day limit when I go to Vegas, so good luck, brother.
Well, I've never been to Vegas. This is my first time, so I don't know. It doesn't seem like my type of city, so maybe I'm getting my entire Vegas allotment out of the way in one trip.
Vegas.
Oh man, you love Vegas,
I
Jackson.
love Vegas.
Yeah, I have a 3-day limit.
I've only been as well, not a minor, but I went this past
minor.
There I am a minor. Yeah, no kidding. I went this past summer, but I enjoyed it. It's a fun rowdy little city.
You know what though, Austin? I'll tell you this, and AG may tell you the same thing, man. If it depends on where you go when you're in Vegas, there's other places besides the Strip, and I don't think you're not a golfer though, are you, Austin?
No, I mini golf, and that's about it.
Well, they got that out there.
They got Top Golf.
Yeah,
right on the Strip.
And there's Austin. They've got places in there to where a lot of gaming lounges, not gaming up with the gaming part, but I mean just like TV lounges where you can watch a billion episodes of something, sports that are going on, sit back, your laptop and hang out and chill. It's not all about the gambling and things like that. If you're a golfer, I get you. A couple days in on the Strip, I'm like, I'm good. But if you go off the Strip, there's a lot of beautiful places to see. You're not too far from Hoover Dam. Some other great sites you can see that are more than just the Strip. So, man, like if you said, hopefully Nebraska keeps winning. You're out there for a while. But, if you got the ability to do it, man, go see other parts in the Strip because there's more to Vegas than that as well.
Oh, yeah. My hope is that Nebraska gets it done tonight because tomorrow would be essentially an off-day. There's not a lot of media availability. So I'm here for business today, but if I get an off day tomorrow, Nebraska won't play again till Wednesday night at about 8:30 back home. So if I have Tuesday free, that's my plan to look up some stuff to do.
Austin, a game like this, man, you figure, because I think it was already announced that Wooster will not be playing, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Injury, he won't be available for us to play. And you mentioned something I thought was interesting, okay, and that, not sure if we should be there, that we are there. Not saying that you were saying that, but I personally like the fact that the guys wanted to play. Me personally, I like the fact that said, you know what, it may not be the NCAA, but you know what, we're going to get a chance to keep playing basketball, extend this thing. Because think about it, these guys, they're making their money already, a number of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, other than just the true altruistic play of the game, they said, let's play basketball. Something, in my opinion, you're seeing fading very quickly with the addition of the amount of money these guys are getting, gals are getting. It's like, hey, if we didn't qualify the big one, we're just done. I personally like the fact that they said, we want to play basketball.
I do too. I think that was my initial reaction to all of this when it was announced that Nebraska would play in this event. Because on the one hand, it's let's focus on next year, right? I mean, it's not a lost year because this is a Nebraska program that doesn't go to the postseason, back-to-back years. It's just not something that happens all that often for this program. I think it's been 28 times now Nebraska's qualified for the postseason. Only 16 of those appearances have come in back-to-back years.
Wow.
So on the one hand, if you look at Fred Hoiberg in, at the end of year 6 right now, he has the 2 postseason appearances, the NCAA tournament last year and now the college basketball crown. 2 postseason appearances in 6 years in this day and age of college basketball isn't necessarily great. It's not something to hang your hat on. But it's because of that, because this program needs some sort of positive momentum, but that I did like Fred Hoiberg saying what he did about, one of the things that this university and this program is still really proud of is the run to the NIT championship that the team made in 1996. One of my co-hosts during On the Block, Eric Strickland, is very familiar with. That's a season that went even further off the rails than this one did. That team that Strick was on had a 10-game losing streak. You thought 6-game losing streak was bad. Try losing 10. But that team, got itself together, pulled itself up by its bootstraps, and it's still the postseason title in Nebraska history. What really intrigues me, too, is maybe Nebraska will be able to get the best of both worlds here, because the big selling point for the college basketball crown is that the semifinalists and the finalists, and then obviously the tournament champion, end up getting some NIL money. So I think it'd be interesting to see if Nebraska is able to make a run and win a game. They're guaranteed to get some NIL money. If they win 2 games, they get a little bit more.
Oh, wow.
And they get the biggest slice of the pie if they end up winning the championship. And that's where I'd be curious to see what Nebraska's plan would be for that money. Because on the one hand, you have guys like Bryce Williams and Juwan Gary, who have given so much to this program, who I think would be deserving, benefactors of that money for their work in bringing Nebraska a postseason championship. Again, something that just doesn't happen for this men's basketball program. But I can also see Nebraska saying, hey guys, thanks for your contributions. We're going to put this in the bank, in the pot for next year, and really spread that money around. Again, I don't think there's a right or wrong answer, but I love the fact that Bryce Williams, Juwan Gary wanted to put on that uniform one more time.
Yeah.
My only critique of this event and really of college basketball postseason in general is that it's not like college football where if you're going to play in this event, you're going to burn your red shirt. This would be great to see like a Nick Janowski take the floor
that's a
for
great
Nebraska
point.
in place of Raleigh Wooster. But if Janowski and Frager or Justin Bolus, for example, with Braxton Mia questionable, if they step on the floor, bye-bye red shirt. So I wish that was a tweak college basketball would make. But this is still a great example for a guy like Sam Hoiberg to show what he's got, for Connor Estigian to see if he can be a building block for next year. Yeah, it's the end of the 24-25 season, but you can look at this as who are the guys that are going to play roles for Nebraska in 25-26 as well.
Absolutely. real quick, anybody got, because I'm going to ask you this, and let's open it up before we let you go, Austin. First of all, Austin, when do you, okay, let's say, heaven forbid, I'm going to say that. We're going to win. So we're going to win. Would you be, I definitely want to have you back on tomorrow, kind of get the post game with your analysis. Would you be open to doing that, brother?
Oh, absolutely. Just text away, AD.
Absolutely. I definitely will. Are you going to check out any of the earlier games today? Obviously, you got Houston playing Georgetown at noon your time. Then you have the 2:30 game, Boise and G-Dub. You're going to watch any of those before our game, or just kind of watch those on the tube?
Well, I'm not going to live up to my sicko's reputation. I'm not going to go to those games just because I'm going to be hopping on the block. And so that's right. At 1 p.m. So okay. I'm going to be on the block at least for the first hour of the show. So I'll get that done, and then I'll head over, try to catch the end of GW and Boise, but my guess is those are going to be long over. Got to talk to my boys, though. So, I'll miss a couple games to stay on the show.
There you go. Questions, Janelle?
I'm good, brother.
All right. Good. Thank you, Austin. Appreciate it.
Enjoy Vegas, my man. We got a texture on here. We got one more 7. We always want to keep it on time at 11. We had a D-Train. D-Train says, I'm 43 and went golfing for the first time last week. I actually enjoyed it, but I was with fun people. So he went golfing. I thought he said Vegas. But I'm glad, D-Train, I'm glad you played it, though, man. Shock Dog 21, good morning, Chicos. I heard that the winning has to be spent on this year's roster. It cannot be used as NIL for next year's team. Check into that. Austin, did you hear that, brother?
Yes, I will have to look. I just saw the dollar figures. I didn't see anyone or anything saying that it has to be used on this year's roster, but if it does, not mad at that at all. I think there's a lot of deserving guys who put in a lot of hard work, and I think it makes the most sense to reward the roster that got you here with that.
I love it. Yeah. Austin, take care of yourself, man. Have fun in Vegas, my man, folks. That's our very own Austin Orman. Tune in to listen to him on the block this afternoon. Folks,
Austin, hold on. Austin, look me up. I'm right down the street from you, so hit me up anytime. I got a little time tomorrow afternoon, and I'll be open in today as well.
Perfect, AG. I'll reach out. Good to talk to you.
Yeah. Love it, man. Appreciate it. Good call on it, AG. Folks, we'll be right back. It's The Drive. It is Monday. We got our very own Austin that's there in Vegas, along with AG that's in Vegas, Raff in Huntsville, and me and Jackson holding it down at the mothership. We'll be right back for the last segment in the RGT and last words from AG.
Hog Wild's giant stuffed baked potatoes are anything but basic and really hit the spot when you're craving a little comfort food. Nothing is more satisfying than a Hog Wild baked potato loaded with butter, sour cream, cheddar cheese, bacon bits, and chives. Add your choice of a Hog Wild house smoked meat like pulled pork, chicken, or brisket for a little extra. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Fleet Feet Lincoln is excited for the upcoming spring season and the warmer temps, and they want you to get outside and be active. Fleet Feet's Fit ID process takes a free 3D image of your feet to help runners and walkers alike find comfortable tennis shoes and inserts that ease pain associated with plantar fasciitis, bunions, and more. Get back on your feet this spring with a trip to Fleet Feet, open 7 days a week at 77th and Pioneers.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Tailored Landscapes is actively preparing for spring. Things like new tree orders, getting equipment ready, and training staff to serve you the best they can. If you haven't already planned, now is the perfect time to figure out a maintenance plan for your yard. Tailored Landscapes is on the brink of spring cleanups for all their existing customers, and they have limited spots available. They trim trees and shrubs when needed and only mulch proper amounts. Give Tailored Landscapes a call at 402-432-2572 to set up a meeting with one of their designers and stop by the Tailored Life store in Bennett.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Attention all Wings fans. Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Buffalo Wings and Rings today on 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now. In our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back. It has been a great and fast show. Again, I want to give a shout out to our very own Austin Orman that's holding it down in Vegas along with AG. Again, the Huskers play tonight at 7:30. You can watch that on Fox Sports 1. 7:30 tip-off there from Vegas. It's going to be a great time, great game. Hopefully the Huskers take care of business in the way that Austin's describing it, fellas. Hey, to make some more coin. If there's nothing else, man, you're in Vegas. You get a chance to play some more basketball. I mean, Raff, is the ultimate pickup game, man. I mean, you get paid, obviously the school pride and things of that nature, but why not go out with a bang, man? Like I said, it's not the big dance, but you're still playing basketball and representing your school one more time. So for that's a good thing. Raff, what do you got for the RGT, my brother?
All right. First, I just got to let everybody know that we're proudly sponsored by Doors Plus. If your garage door needs maintenance or need an entirely new garage door, give Cameron Hahn and his team a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus is locally owned and handles everything from residential or commercial garage doors, garage door openers, safety tune-ups, or custom design. Visit DoorsPlusLLC.com to learn more. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more. Boom. And then
80. What's that, brother?
Sorry.
Go ahead, man.
I was just going to buy Ralph's good take. Or
yeah. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Bump your brakes, AD. Bump your brakes.
All right, everybody. Today's Ralph's good take goes out to my friend Brian Rocky. Brian celebrated his birthday yesterday. Brian's just a great guy, great husband, great father, great son. Had the privilege to work for Brian a few years back. Hands down, one of the best managers that I've ever had the privilege to work for. I just wanted to wish Brian a very happy birthday, and we appreciate you, and you are Ralph's good take.
Happy birthday to you, Rocky. Definitely. Absolutely, man. I'm going to say this before I do the RGT, Rapid RGT, AD attitude adjustment, then to the AG. Big shout out to the ladies.
Focus
again.
up, man. Focus up.
They're up 2-0 over Purdue. Hopefully they can take care of business at 4 p.m.
Heck yeah.
And take care of that as well. That'd be good to see them do. The Bats are hot right now, number 20 in the country. The women, as far as that go, and hopefully Jordy Ball and company continue taking care of business. Kind of the word today, folks, just to begin again. It's a Monday. It's the last day of March. Maybe this month did not go the way you want it this past week, but guess what? It's over. Last week is done. Yesterday was last night. Begin again, no matter what that thing may be. Pick yourself up the best you can. If you need help, that is okay as well, because we all do. But begin again. I've had to do that numerous times in my own life, and I'll do it again this week in some shape or fashion. In fact, we all did it today, because if you're listening, that means you were blessed and fortunate to wake up to get another shot at it. So begin again. AG, what you got, my man?
Man, one man, full gray hair. I say Albert Einstein. I'm a man up. Rather.
Yeah, it's cutting in and out there real quick.
Did you hear me? Did you?
Yeah, it's fading out. I'm not sure what's on there.
I'll say I'm trying not to become a man of success, rather become a man of value.
Boom. You get it?
Boom. Yep. Yeah.
Got it. There we go. Folks, it has been a great Monday, Raff. Hope, like I said, it's just storms. Hopefully those storms are done with you guys down there. You guys have had enough storms. AG, hopefully that wind subsides a little bit. You're able to connect maybe with AO. Should Ormond either today or tomorrow, sometime after your events. Jackson, have a great rest of your day. Raff, take us on home, my man.
All right, everyone. Be nice to each other. Have a great day. We'll talk to you tomorrow. And go Big Red.
Absolutely.
Big Red.